Well, hello guys and welcome to Make It Pro. Today we're going to be going over the basics of Adobe Premiere, which is an amazing editing software. I use it over anything else. I've done Vegas, I've done Final Cut Pro, done a little bit of Avid, and out of all of them, Premiere has always been my favorite. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the basic of basics. Like, I'm assuming that you guys just bought it, just plugged it in, just installed it, and don't even know how to boot it up. And when I go through it, there are at least 5 different ways to do every single thing in all of the Adobe suites. So I'm going to be showing you what I find to be the most beneficial. And in this one, we're going to go ahead and boot it up. Now it's up. We're going to click New Project. And you have all these different options. You don't really have to worry too much about it. This is just where you're going to be saving all your different things, and typically you can leave it just as is unless your hard drive is getting full and you have to change it somewhere else. Anyways, we're going to go back there and we're going to name this Premiere Basics. Click OK. And now it's going to bring you up to the sequence presets. This is where you're going to set it up according to how your footage is going to be. For mine, I always shoot 1080p 30. So we're going to go ahead and click that. But if you have different footage, if you're shooting 720, there's options in there, and there's a lot of different options for a lot of different type of cameras. In this case, this is what I'm shooting on, so that's what I'm going to pick. For you guys, pick whatever is necessary for you. Now the rest of it, you don't really need to worry too much about right now, since this is the basics. This is just your sequence name, what you're going to be editing in, and I'll just keep it sequence 1 because I really don't care. Alright, click OK. It's going to boot up your program. Now it has a pretty nice interface. Let's go ahead and get some footage in here so we can show you how stuff works. Now if you double click inside of here, that's going to bring up your import box. Now go to where you have some footage. Let me go ahead and open up some stuff from the previous video that I did on TGN. Alright, once you import that footage, it's going to bring it inside of this box here. And let's throw all that inside of a folder just to keep it organized. Footage. Alright. So, when you have your footage in here, you double click on it, and it's going to bring it up inside of here. You are not editing inside of this browser. You're going to be editing inside of this. This one's the viewer, this is the canvas. Now, let's go ahead and click on the video, drag it down to your timeline, and you can see over here. Here is what you're going to be finished result. When you click export and you render it out, whatever you see in this screen is what you're going to be rendering. This is just a preview screen to see what footage you're going to be using. Now, there are different ways of editing this. The most efficient way is I and O on your keyboard. Those are in and out points. You're going to click I to set where you want the video to start, and then click O where you want the video to stop. So for me, I'm just going to use it from there to there. You could use the whole entire clip if you want, but typically, you start recording, 3, 2, 1, action. Click I, run it through, and once they stop, you click O. You leave it run for another 5 seconds. So you want to chop it up. So we're going to drag that down there. We only want that little bit. And if you zoom in, down here is your zoom in and out button. You can drag that out, and you can get a larger scale version of it. And you can see this is what we're working with. Now, let's go ahead and throw down a few more clips. We're not going to edit those, I just want to show you. So, as it cuts, you're going to see it cuts to different clips, keeps on going, and different options like that. Now, you have a few buttons up here. The ones that are going to be essential to you are going to be this one. That's just your selection one where you click and you select stuff. And then there is your razor tool, which if you highlight over these, it shows all the hotkeys if you're a hotkey person. Me personally, I am, but I need to actually show you the stuff first. So when you're on here, you can cut. Let's say I didn't want this intro part right there because it's too shaky. I can click that, go back to V, the selection tool, select it, and delete it. It's as simple as that. Now if you have an empty gap right here, you can actually click in there and it will highlight, then click delete. When you click delete, it shoves everything back and fills up the rest of the spot. Now, that is the basics of importing stuff. Here you have two different options. You can click this if you just want video. As you can see, there's no audio. And then here is just audio. On the timeline, you have as many video layers as you want and as many audio layers as you want. You can stack them on top of each other, and you can have different effects like that. And whatever video is on top is going to be the one that is playing. So if you want the bottom one to be seen, you're going to have to move those out like so. And now you can see the bottom one. So whatever video is on top is the video that you're going to be seeing in the long run. So now that we have that, let us go into our effects browser. There's different ways of getting there. If you don't already have these windows, if they're not showing up however you see on my screen, you can click window up here and then open it up. Right here I have effects browser already opened up. You can go into here and look through the different effects, and there's a lot of different things that you can use to make your videos look better and whatever else. You have chroma keying for green screen, you have color correction for making your videos pretty, and a lot of different stuff. We don't really need to go into those. You could play around with them and see what you like and what you don't like, but let's go one more thing, well, two more things actually, and then we'll cover all the basics of Premiere, and then you should be able to be up to date on the real tutorials. So click title, new title, and default still. That's going to bring up our text tool. This is basically just a box that goes over top of our footage, and you can put text on it. So right here it's going to show you whatever frame you're on. We're on the first. As you can see, we're scrubbing through it, and you can see more. And let's say we wanted text right here. So stop it, go to your type tool, click in here, and we're going to type Woodle Poodles. And for some reason that's some crap font that you can't read. Let's change that. Here's your fonts up here. You can scroll through those and find one that you like. Let's use Alien Encounters because that's cool. Alright, Woodle Poodles, there we go. Over here you have a lot of different options. You have shadow, which will help in this situation because it's white and looks like crap. And let's add an outer stroke so you can see it a little bit better. Boom, Woodle Poodles. Alright, you can go into here, change the text size, the opacity, width, height, rotation. Kind of go through and just make it however you want. Down here there's a lot of presets for if you're lazy like me. You can click it and it will change your font that you picked. Alright, and then you have different shape tools you could throw on top of it. And, you know, make it however you're wanting. Let's put one more. Woodle Poodles. There we go. That's my logo for Woodle Poodles Incorporated. And then here, whoops, wrong one. This one. These have different templates. Me, I actually don't have any loaded in, but if you installed it with the CD, you should have installed them unless you chose not to, like me, because I have a really tiny hard drive. That's not saying anything. Alright, anyways, click X, you have your title down here, and you're going to drop it onto your timeline. As you can see now, we have Woodle Poodles. And I think we have a solid video and we're ready to be exported. So when you're all said and done, you like your video, you like what you see, you go up to here to File, and then Export Media, and you pick your format that you want to export as. Me, since we're uploading to YouTube, I always keep it H.264. That's a compressed HD. And then the best one that I seem to like on YouTube is Vimeo HD. And down here it will show you the actual file size. If I did a normal one, it would normally be, let's see, AVI. That's not going to show us. Let's try MPEG 2. you can see it's 570 megabytes. That's a lot. So if you go H.264, it compresses it down quite a bit. And Vimeo HD, 154 megabytes. Not bad. So once you're all said and done, you like what you see, you can pick your output, change the name of it, Woodle Poodle Spider. Alright, down here you change the size of it, however you want it to be displayed. And the rest of it you can pretty much leave as is for now. And make sure you have export video and audio checked, or else you'll have a silent film. Those aren't as fun. And click Q. When you click Q, it's going to bring up Adobe Media Encoder. And as you can see, I've done some renders. Well, once that's in here and you're ready to go, you click Start Queue. And there we go. It starts going down here, shows you what you're working on. And there's Woodle Poodles. Down here's your time remaining. It shows how long it's going to take to export. And once that is all said and done, you'll have your file ready to be uploaded. So that is the introduction to Adobe Premiere. That's all the basics with what you've seen, what we've done. As long as you could follow what I'm trying to tell you, I think we are set and we have a situation where you can go edit. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments down below, and I will try and get to it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go eat a sandwich or something. So anyways, guys, we'll see you on the next episode where we go over the basics of After Effects. So anyways, guys, we'll see you then, and stuffs. Goodbye.